What's up, you guys? Today we have a new podcast, and I'm excited to introduce to you guys Vicki Sasso, who is the owner of Season Models New York City, which is a mature models that are usually 40 plus. Thank you, Vicki, for coming. She reached out to me and we talked, and that's when I learned that she reached out to me telling me like, oh, I've had this agency, Gramercy.
I owned Gramercy Models for over 25 years.
And then because of that, I was like, oh, that's cool. Because, as I create content, also it's good to hear feedback from agency owners and people that have been in the business, because a lot of people will try to undermine you on social media. And it's always good to have encouragement or affirmation from people that have been in the business to be like, hey, like you're speaking on things that are on par. So I was really appreciative of that. But then I found out that you have a new agency, and that's called Season Models. And that's where you represent mature models.
Yes.
And I was like, holy moly, because I always get questions from my followers, people who are older that want to do modeling, and they feel like there's no place for older models. And not just that, but like, what does even the longevity of a model look like? A lot of people are they believe that like models stop modeling at a certain age, but they are completely unaware that there are people that are still modeling to this day, or still modeling into their 70s, 80s for a very, very long time. And it might not be like the same kind of career as you had in your 20s, but it is a reality. And I want people to know about that and kind of demystify that. So let's talk about Season Models. Well, actually, let's first talk about your history and then how you got to Season Models. So let's start there.
Do you want my history?
Yeah, like I want people to know about you, kind of where you came from. I mean, like your whole backstory specifically,
when
your
I was
personal backstory.
When I was 3 years
right?
old,
Like, I was born in. But more like, your experience in the industry, where you started, how you got into it, and then how you got to Season Models.
Okay. I started in this industry at 26 years old. I was working for a small agency called Formation Models. That's how it all started. And then within Formation, I ended up opening up Gramercy Models with two backers. I love them. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be where I am today. I called them my guardian angels. And from Gramercy Models, I stayed open for about 25 years. And with a lot of agencies that were around, such as, let's say, McDonald Richards or Grace Del Marco, and anybody mature will know these names, those agencies were closing while my agency stayed open. And
what's the time period we're talking about here?
1996, I opened up until 2021. Like, it was really kind of closed during COVID. Wow. It was like the COVID is what made me decide to close. I had a lot of, I said, personal situations, and I could put them out there. I had the passing of my mother, the passing of my ex-husband, and then COVID hit, and I felt like I didn't want to do this no more. I felt like it came in threes, and I decided to do real estate for a little while. And I sucked at it. I did. And from that, I started working for another agency, which was a boutique fashion agency, which I love that I did that, because I met a lot of my models there as well. And from working there, I ended up disagreeing with a lot of situations that were happening, and I decided to leave. And then I said, let me open up an agency for mature models. But let me just go back just a little bit. When I was working at that boutique agency, I had a model walk in, and I'm going to point her out. Gwen, this woman right here.
Right.
She walked in, and at the time, the person I worked for was like, she doesn't fit the brand, or she's too old. We're not going to book her. And I'm like, no, I'm going to book her. I want to book her. And I booked her on Fashion Week. And then I booked her at Burlington Coat Factory. I booked her, I just kept on booking her. And we had such a connection, her and I, that I just said to myself, I would love to be working with mature models because they get me. Because remember, I'm working with a lot of younger people. And then when I left that agency, I opened up Season Models. Wow. So, and I still represent Gwen.
You have mature models. You know how like when you're young, no one wants to tell people their age because it's like, oh, I'm just guess my age. And how does it work with like mature models? Are they sensitive about their age, or are they proud? Like, I'm actually this old and I'm a model, or this. We're not saying old. I'm this age and I'm a model. How does that kind of conversations have?
Great question. At some of the models that cannot embrace their age, I will not represent them. I can't do it, because you cannot be a person that doesn't embrace your age and be okay. Listen, you can be a person that is 40, right? But you look amazing for your age. I've had models that didn't want to be in the seasoned division. Like,
It's offensive to them.
yeah. Well, in the beginning, when I first opened up the company, I wanted the hashtag your age. I wanted that to be part of my niche. Like,
Right.
hi, I'm seasoned models, hashtag 1975 or whatever the heck it was, 1965. It was working, but then some models didn't want to embrace, but obviously they are mature. You can't can't fake it. But we doing pretty well with
So
everybody.
I asked that because I wanted to ask what her age was
Gwen,
when you brought her on.
I'm going to actually see Gwen tonight for dinner. Gwen, I believe, is 67.
Okay.
67, yeah.
And you've started this how many years ago?
2 years ago. It's
Okay, so she was
65.
like 65 when
Yeah.
when you brought her on.
Yeah.
And she's already working.
Yeah, she's a working
Okay.
model. I've booked her many times. I have a woman above your head. Her name is Liz,
Oh yeah, yeah.
87.
Wow.
I booked her on a beauty brand. I can't say what it is because I had to sign an NDA. But I also booked her, on other healthcare stuff that she's so cute. She called me up and said, they put me with a walker. Like, and mind you, if you meet her, she is such a cool looking woman. Like, I hope at 87 I look like her.
How much of like scouting talent when they're mature is about look versus professionalism and ability to like just have a energy in front of the camera?
Yeah, those are the three. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I need someone that has a look. It's very important. Like, you must have a look, have a wrinkle, I love the silver hair. I mean, one of my models is growing silver right now. I love that. Personality is massive plus. You have to be easy to work with when you're difficult. Listen, whether you're mature or young, nobody wants a difficult model unless you're spectacular, right?
So looking your age is important.
Definitely looking your age. And honestly, what's the beauty about this company, right? I do have models that are, yes, they are in shape and they look great for your age. But honestly, once you hit a certain age, we are in a different level with our bodies. People are embracing it. It's okay. Like, I'm not dealing with models. I do have some models that were younger modeling, and they'll show me pictures of them in lingerie or whatever. And then now they're older and they're in menopause or whatever. They're like, I'm bigger now. I'm like, embrace it. Love it.
So like the reason why I even wanted to talk with you today, besides the fact that you're just awesome and super supportive, is there's a lot about this side of the industry that I just don't know about. Because if I have someone that has a really cool look and they're 50 years old, maybe they don't have like the most fit body, I'm like, I actually don't know what to tell you because I can look at your look and think that you can probably model, but I don't know if there's an industry for your body type, and I don't know what the body type standards are for mature models. So I think dispelling that would be super helpful for people to understand what you look for, what actually books, and the differences between a mature commercial and mature fashion, and how much work there is even in those things.
Yes, I have booked a couple of models in New York Fashion Week, right, that were mature. And one of them is actually Charlotte. She's over here because she's 5'11". I think she's like a size 4. You could actually grab a card.
Wow.
And then I also booked Carly. She's over here. She's in her 30s. Or she might be also in her 40s. Now, these two models booked New York Fashion Week for me through my agency.
Wow.
And that's, again, I try to gear more towards commercial, like you have stated in one of your stories, right? It's about the money. With commercial is money. Fashion is amazing. It's fun when you're younger, but there's no money in it. At least not for a boutique agency. Maybe for the bigger agencies, you get signed with a huge agency, go for it. I'm happy that that happened for you, but I'm a boutique agency and I'm not going to be making big money on Fashion Week. I know already because I dealt with it last week.
Right.
Woo.
What do those brands look for though? Was it like a lineup of models that were all mature, or like what was their kind of story with that?
They were, what they were looking for was mature models, but they had this year, for some apparent reason, they wanted straight models. They were not asking for curve. This is the first time this happened for me. I mean, I don't know what the rest of the world went through, but for me, through my agency, they only wanted straight models this year.
Which, by the way, for everybody that doesn't understand, straight means your traditional fit, like thin, skinny, basically.
Right.
And then curve, obviously, is someone that has curves.
We're not talking about sexuality. We're
Right.
talking about
Body
size.
size, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta go that way for that. But no, it just, that's, mind you, that was not much for New York Fashion Week. I booked a model on this, a model on this amazing job that paid me 5 times the amount, and it wasn't New York Fashion Week.
Right.
It was a print job.
So most of the jobs are going to be more commercial.
I love the commercial work. I like working with real lifestyle commercial. That's my money maker. Fashion is fun. I love going to New York Fashion Week. I love it, but it's not money for me.
That's good to know too, because I think a lot of older people will probably, I'm not gonna say older people, a lot of mature people,
Seasoned
people,
Yeah.
they want to get into modeling at a seasoned age, but they think automatically fashion, and it's like, okay, let's be realistic here with how you could like effectively approach this so that you can make money, in that like you want to shoot more commercial style images that are bookable, as opposed to trying to do an editorial when you're 60, which is not to say you can't do it, but lead with that, I would say, if you're trying to get jobs and not just make it a hobby. But this is why I wanted to ask, because this is what's going to help dispel that, making them understand, okay, so number one, I just learned from this podcast that it's actually possible for me to do modeling at this age. However, I think everybody at every age wants to do fashion, and it's like, okay, what's the reality of fashion as a mature model? How much work is there, and does it even pay? So is it lucrative? And if not, then let me just focus on commercial. That's good that you brought that up, or that we're talking about that, because I wanted to know about that. Now, as far as season goes, so is your entire roster all mature, or do you have a flex? Do you represent, like, what is your idea of season models? Like, you have how many people signed?
Well, I have probably about 50. They're not all, not all together. I'm still have composite cards and stuff, still developing. My board consists of mature models, right? And I'm going to say the age of 40 and up, right? So when I worked at all the other agencies, it always went like this. We had young models, right? And every once in a while, we would get like a phenomenal casting from NARS or MAC or something spectacular. And the casting people would say, do you have any models in their 40s? Do you have any models in their 50s? And we never had any. So I'm sorry, maybe we had 1 or 2, like we really didn't have. I decided to make a board of all mature models and have a handful of young models, and that would be there. It's SM2. It's a dozen models. That's all I want. I don't want more than a dozen young models.
Right.
My brand is this. I'm working on this. I want my agency for people to say, oh, season models, they have the mature. I want people to go directly to me.
It's a good name too, by the way. Good branding name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How many other agencies focus on mature models?
I do know Iconic Focus.
Okay.
And they have icons. I wish I like that's
Right.
They're amazing. They have opened maybe 4 years. But they're obviously doing amazing. I don't have icons here, but you know what? I don't mind being the A- agency to the A+.
Right. But
and they're still beautiful. My models are just as beautiful, but you're dealing with icons, and I'm still doing a lot of development.
Now, does that mean that the competition among how many available talent or how many available models there are for these projects is high or low? Like, is someone starting out modeling in their 50s, are they competing with a pool of models that are mature, and it's like a lot, or is it a little? Like, what is the actual competition among models for these jobs compared to someone in their 20s competing for these younger jobs?
That's a question I don't have an answer on that one, because it's basically, I don't see it as being a competition, because even when I got the call for New York Fashion Week, when they needed the mature models, the casting person was so grateful that he found me, because they really needed, and he heard of me. Like, thank you. I've been looking. I was going to go on the streets and ask mature people on the streets, and I heard of your agency. That's what I want to hear. I want people to literally just come to me, knowing I have them.
Which is great, because then that means it's a niche, and it's something that's very undiscovered, and this is something that people can hear more about, which is great. So, That's cool. So the other agency you were talking about, they're in New York, or they?
Oh, they're in New York and they're fabulous. Like, I can't even.
But outside of New York, there is no other in the
I,
U.S. that you can think of? Because I haven't heard. I think you're the first one that I've heard of
I love
that
that.
focuses specifically on mature
I
models.
think there are other ones, but I really don't know. But
Right.
to me in New York, I think it's Iconic Focus and me. Don't get me wrong. The bigger agencies obviously have
correct.
a classic division.
Correct. Yeah.
But the whole idea is I want to take over all of that.
Right. Focus specifically on them. Yeah.
I just want to because I want to work with people my age.
So wait, what was the reason why you? Because there's a story, right? I don't know if you unpacked it earlier, but what was the reason why? Like why mature models?
I felt a connection, to be honest with you. I felt such a connection when I met Gwen. It felt right. Like that was my comfortability where I was explaining things to them. The models that I'm working with, and some of them were working models in my younger years, they get it. They get it. And it made it easier for me to explain while developing the younger models who I also love and I still work with them, right? There's just a lot more that you have to explain to them and how to do things. With the older models, they've been there, done that. They get it. They get it. One of my big jokes, I'm going to say my on-camera joke, right? When my models were younger, I don't know if this is going to go good or go bad. This might go flat. It might get canceled. I'm not sure about this one. But when the models were younger and, when I had Gramercy models, I used to tell them when they went to photographers and stuff, and I used to get pictures and we had contact sheets. And also I used to see topless photos of these girls. And I used to be like, why are you topless? Well, it was a free shoot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, God.
Right.
Now I got these older models. They're hoping to get a topless shoot. Look at it. I don't know if it's going to be a full flop. I'm kidding.
No, that's funny. That's funny.
I don't know. Good or bad.
Did you go into this thinking it was going to be lucrative, or have any insight as to like business wise if there was a huge advantage in terms of like making profit from this specific niche sector in the industry?
I definitely went into this, yes, to actually make profit, of course,
Right.
that I wouldn't do it otherwise. But also I did it because I really do love doing this. I mean, seasoned models, to me, it's a niche, but it's something that I really do want this to take off. Like I do want to book those bigger name brands and see my models in it. I do want to, I want to put the television on and, oh, there's my model, or walk through, oh, there's my model in the billboard or whatever it may be. Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. I mean, the first year was,
Just like any other business. Yeah.
Yeah. This year, I'm going into year two. Year two, I'm doing good. Like, guess what? I'm able to pay my rent, which is like, no, but that to me is a profit. And I feel like year three, it's going to be even better.
Right.
Like, I just know it takes 3 years to build a brand. It does, after year three, if you're not even breaking even, go bust.
Right.
And I'm going to be fine. I see it happening. But I also see I have a lot of development. I have a lot of models I need to not work with no more. I want to bring on more new talent when it comes to seasoned. And there's many different divisions. We deal with commercial. We also deal with fashion. We deal with lifestyle. We do have a fit division. I mean, that could be all shapes and sizes and ages, right? You always tell people, I love when I watch your podcast, oh, well, you're not a model, but maybe you could be an actor. Like, I love when you do that because I'm thinking, oh my God, he throws everybody into acting. You do. You throw everybody.
Yeah.
But it is, you could tell people you could go into fit. You have to,
That's
you could
true.
be, listen, and mind you, I always, to be honest with you, I feel like anybody can be a model. And when I say anybody. Like you could stand up, I'll tell you what you can do for a living. You can be a shoe model.
Right.
You can be a print, parts model, a hair model. I mean, how much money you're going to make in it doesn't mean a lot.
Right.
But everybody can do it. And you could get that comp card made for a day and say, I'm a model. But you might only book one hair job, or promotional modeling. That's the key. When you have a good personality, promotional modeling. And that's what I used to do.
Oh, really? So, yeah, I guess that's why I wanted to ask, because I wanted to see if you kind of had insights to like, is this going to be like a profitable agency, or am I kind of aiming and shooting for the stars here? And like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to figure it out and make it happen.
It's going to work.
First, let's talk about the differences that you notice between developing someone that's young and developing someone that's mature.
Well, I'm going to say, I mean, I have to bring up when I brought up the fit division, I had models that started in their 20s that are now in their 50s and they're still working.
Mm.
And that's behind the scenes as a fit model. And when people talk about fit, everybody thinks it's fitness and blah, blah, blah. No, it's about real bodies and providing that for designers, depending on what size they want, and usually the size is 4, 6, 8, and 18. That's a very popular size. And people make a lot of money from that, right? Now, when I'm developing mature models, I'm just trying to think like who was newly developed and I'm still developing them, right? A lot of my models have already worked. Like I'm even just looking, I don't have an answer for this one.
Well, that's kind of an answer
You
in
like
itself,
that?
though, because the answer is that a lot of the models come developed at this age, and that makes it so that those of you guys who are trying to get into this industry at this age, you have to come already developed. I would say, because what it takes to develop a mature model might be a lot more trickier if you don't have a year's history of being in the industry.
One of the model, I'll give you like, for instance, see Brian over here, gorgeous. I know Brian since he's in his early 20s. He does real estate in New York. He's very, very successful. I called him when I opened up Season Models. I said, Brian, it's Vicki. He goes, oh my God, Gramercy. I said, no, I'm now owner of Season Models. I want you to be one of my models. He said, I didn't think I could model anymore.
Mm.
See him. Chris Messiah, same thing. I said, Chris, like I called my old model, Oksana Lada. She's up there. She's one of my models from Gramercy Models. Even this girl over here, Anna. I'm just saying, I have some of the models that I used to work with at my old agency that felt that their modeling days were over. And I said, it's not. Now it's just begun. We're going to do something different. And they love it. They do. They love it. So, I mean, I do find it easier working with models that have already done this for a living. Some models that I'm addressing that I asked to work with me that never modeled before are excited that I'm approaching them and said, would you like to model for me? You know, I do have to train them. I do. Listen, it just as the younger models that you have to teach them posing, how to behave, how to dress, what to look like, you know, don't have the eyelashes and the long nails and look your age. I mean, I had to tell a woman in her 70s, she was such an attractive woman, but she was just too attractive in the sense of she wasn't embracing her age. If anything, she was not going to say she was 70 something. She's still dyeing her hair dark. And I would have loved to have seen her go silver or,
So natural is still key, even like being mature model.
I think more natural if you're a mature model, it really is how it goes.
It's so funny because when you think of like a 25-year-old in LA, she's getting Botox lip filler and trying to look as young as possible.
And they're looking older.
Right.
They're looking older.
And here you're talking about like, no, we want you to have aged naturally with your natural hair.
And you could do a little tweak. Listen, I have nothing against a little tweak, but don't have a zipper behind your head and a knot.
Well, then that's a good question though, because when we look at someone like Kris Jenner, she got this plastic surgery or whatever, it's facelift, and she looks amazing for her age, right? But how does that translate if you're a 65-year-old woman who wants to do modeling and you feel more empowered because you just got, nip and tuck, and now you're like, okay, now I'm looking younger and I'm beautiful, I'm going to do modeling. But how does that actually translate into the modeling scene for what you do? Today's podcast is brought to you by me, Brandon Andre. If you're a model who wants to become a working model, then you need to enroll in my Model Masterclass today. In my online class, I teach models how to make more money by showing them how to manage their careers as a business. From getting signed, to building a portfolio that gets you jobs, to building an audience on TikTok and Instagram, then monetizing it, to learning how to win the favor from your agents and casting directors, to learning how to brand yourself on social media, and how to lure in brands and brand deals to increase your income as a model. Getting signed doesn't mean you'll get work, but learning how to run a business does. So enroll in my Model Masterclass now by going to my website at brandonandrephoto.com.
It can translate up to a certain point. I would have to see the person in person, right? Because sometimes you have people that have plastic surgery. They look amazing in pictures. They even still do a little tweaking right? But when you see them in person, they're actually very scary looking. I have to be real. So I have some models that have had some work done. They look great. Like it looks very natural. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I represented Kris Jenner, I'd have a bigger office and everything else. Okay. But it's like it's not real. How about it's really not real? I mean, how many Kris Jenners are there really in the world?
Right.
We're talking real people here and real beauty and embracing your age. And not that Kris Jenner isn't embracing her age, but she looks younger than Kim now. She'd be the new model for Skims. I know. I mean, she really should think about doing a makeup line, to be honest with you, for older people. But now that she got all this plastic surgery, is it real? It's like
Right. No
using
one's gonna
face cream.
believe it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So, like, does that mean that if someone wants to get plastic surgery at a mature age, it's to look more natural, but if they look younger for their age, it doesn't work for brands? And like, because it's one thing for what you look for, but what is like the brands looking for? Do they really just are they looking for the age of a mature model? Like, if you're 65, we want you to look 65. We don't want you to be 65 looking like you're 40. So
Right.
I think that's a key.
No, but that's the question. I mean, when I do get the calls for the brands and it says 50, 60, 67, like they're saying silver hair, grandma looking, auntie looking, want wrinkles. They're asking for specific looks. They're not saying we want a 65-year-old that looks 40.
Which is actually really going to be interesting as your agency grows, because I feel like the younger generation is getting younger looking longer at an older age is what I mean. So it's like, what becomes of that when your 60-year-olds don't look like 60-year-olds, and then you're like, well, what does a 60-year-old look like then? And then it's just like, okay.
Yeah, but you got to understand, maybe their face don't look 60, but what's going on under there? Like, they're not going to be
Right.
posing for Playboy. I
Right.
mean, let's get real.
Now,
Right?
on that note too, that's actually a good point to bring up. How much of like jobs for mature models are hand skin based, like to show the texture, to show the wrinkles? How much of that is in the jobs that they get booked for?
It's happening. It's happening. Like I said, I just did a beauty brand that I had to do an NDA. So when it comes out, of course, I'll show you that. The cover of New York Times. That was about Gen X and sexuality and stuff, and that was her body.
Right.
I booked Kari like in a bra and panty for older, mature models. So I mean, they want the real bodies. They don't want
Right.
Yes, it's I mean, again, I'm so new with this brand. I mean, when I had the younger divisions, that was close your eyes. It was constant, right? But it's happening. They are reaching out to me, and I'm getting it like through the casting directors directly.
How do you stand out from all these major agencies? And if these models want to seek representation at this age, why should they come to you and not the other big ones?
I think with me, I really do have hands on with all my models. Like, look, I'm going out to dinner tonight with Gwen. Like, I try to have truly like a little bit of a family. I call this the seasoned family. I have to keep it this way. My biggest pet peeve with my models is don't lie to me. Like, I don't like liars. I really don't. I drop you like a fly if you lie. I don't like attitudes. Like, give me a break. Like, we're all human here. I'm not signing you for you to get dusty on my board. I'm signing you so I feel in my heart I can book you and we can make money together, you know? And I just want everybody to be happy. I mean, listen, like I said, I love booking jobs. I mean, this is my rush. That's my drug of choice.
Right.
Booking. No, I love it. I love it. I love what I do. You know, I want this to explode where people know where to go. But listen, not everybody can be a seasoned model either. Okay. My big issue is everybody thinks because, oh, I'm 50, I can model. Oh, I'm 50 or 60, I can do. No. You have to have something.
How much of it is a learning curve, learning what brands are looking for, what casting directors are looking for versus what
Great
you
question.
think
Great
is
question.
a seasoned model?
Fabulous question. It's every day is a learning curve. God, everything. I've signed people that I absolutely loved and adored, and maybe the next day I woke up and said, "Why?" And I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Like, why? Why did I do that? Reason I did it is maybe there was like a personal connection, but my personal connection isn't going to get the personal connection with the casting or the beauty brands. So I try to do my best, and if I can't, I swing back around and say, you know what, I really haven't booked you. I really like you, but it's not working. And I have to be honest. Listen, it's going to be an honesty level. That's it. I mean, I'm only doing the best I can.
Right.
Not everybody's going to make it.
Now, do you feel like it was the same when you were working at Grant?
Gramercy was easy.
Okay.
Gramercy was so easy. In my day, Gramercy, I knew so many people. Also, remember, I was young. This new world that we're in, now think about it. Everybody's young. Everybody's a millennial or a Gen Z, right? I'm a boomer. I'm a dinosaur. No, so I'm not talking to my peers anymore. I'm talking to people that are younger. They don't know they're working with their other links of people. So my breakthrough is a little harder as being a seasoned
Mm,
person. A lot of my clients are retiring.
mm.
So it's a little different. I
That's
mean,
true. It
it
must feel
real
daunting because you're basically saying like the casting directors and the teams that you're working with are all younger people, and it's just like different world. So
but I do love like you,
right.
right? Look at you, a millennial. No, but I'm just saying no, but it's nice. Like we're talking, right? And I also have like some casting people that know about me. They're like so intrigued. They must like love their mother or their aunt or
Right,
their
right,
like there's something. It's like I must remind everybody of somebody special in
right,
their
right.
family to understand the industry. And if like I said, I'm doing this a very very long time. In my day, we didn't have to do comp cards or even books. Books? I didn't even, my models never had books. I booked
Wow.
them off of my clients. You have to see this model. Just send the client model there. But when the model went there, guess what the client did? They did the digitals,
Mm,
they did the videos, they did everything. And then I booked the model. Nowadays, the new way is I'm telling all my models that I've worked with for years, many years ago, oh, you have to do a video, personality video.
mm.
Oh, you have to do digital. They're like, what? What do you mean? I
Right.
didn't have to do this now. You have to do it now. This is the new world we're in.
So
So
I guess that's part of the development then is redeveloping them to be acclimated with today's world, especially if they like modeled 20 years ago and then they're
absolutely, that is absolutely what I'm dealing with. The
wow.
models that used to work with me that are stepping back into it, they have to acclimate to the new world. And when I'm getting models that are brand new to it, I have to acclimate them to this world and they don't understand it. They don't know how to do a video or
Right.
this is why I have this stuff in my office
Mm.
so I can kind of help them. I mean, I'm not the best. You were cute when you said to me, "Are you doing digitals?" I try. The word was I try. I have a
Right,
camera.
right.
I do have a white backdrop. I try just to give it a little bit of a push, but come on, you have to spend a little money. You have to spend a
Right.
little money. Listen, I'm not an agency where you come in and I say, oh, you have to pay this amount of money to. No, I'm not that person. I feel I can book you, but you do need to invest a little bit of money in yourself.
Right, right.
A little bit.
And
And I,
I would think that the difference when they're older is that they have money compared to someone that's younger.
yes, they do. I would hope so as well, right? I would hope so. But still, you have to have a little bit of money.
Mm.
Like, just can you get some really good digitals
Right.
by a real person? Can you invest in lights and a good cell phone and stuff? Go on Amazon and get the stuff and set up a little studio for yourself so that you can do these personality videos. It's can you get the right wardrobe? Listen, New York, we're always in mourning. Black is our color. Like that's we
Right.
wear very just we tend to wear a lot of black or muted colors, not very bright. I mean, that's us. I mean, you could have a little flair. You could have your own style.
How important is Instagram for I know Instagram is important for like younger models, but how often is that seen asked for from casting directors
It's
when
always
you're
asked.
Oh really?
It's always asked. Can we have their Instagram? I laugh. I don't even know if they have one. They might have a MySpace. I'm only kidding. No, no, they do ask. They always ask, "What's their Instagram?" The funny thing is, I have to be honest. My age range is Facebook still.
Right.
It really is a lot of stuff I throw on Facebook when I need a casting, and a lot of people do come to me
Mm,
off of Facebook. So I had to create a season models Facebook,
mm.
and it's really low. It probably got 200 people if I'm even lucky on it.
What should a seasoned model's Instagram look like then?
It should be just like the younger models.
Mm,
Same thing. If you're modeling pictures, your day as a model your day in general, what you like to do. Like if you're an animal lover, if you're a vegetarian, your workout, just your day as a regular person, your grandmother, your mother, but not too much. I mean, listen, I have 2 Instagrams, me personally. I have my modeling with Vicki, which is honestly, that's the one I even was DMing you with. That's really my personal, and I put my modeling in there. But then I have Season Models NYC. That's the one that's all about my agency. I had to develop something all about the agency because that was the one that is more important.
Right.
And plus I needed, like I said, for my own personal, I had the modeling with Vicki, right? So I tell them, listen, if you have an Instagram, make a new one just for your modeling. Make a new name for it, and that will be the one that I send to the clients. Because some of them get like, I said, it's very easy. All you got to do is click here and go to this, right?
Wow, yeah. So do you have a model in mind whose account is a perfect example that everyone should go look at? Or is it really so hard?
You know what? We couldn't go look now on my, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You know what the funny, I don't really 100% follow because I got so many other things I'm doing.
Right.
But let me take a gander.
It would be good for people to know too, like, hey, follow this person because they're a good example.
I do tell them, like, well, listen to me. I have the younger models, they're so computer savvy. I want to let me take a look right now and see. Now you got me wondering. This is kind of funny.
Well, yeah, you could even look at your roster of the models you have signed.
Yeah, but let me I'm going to go up to Christy first. I just want to see what's going on with Christy.
Okay.
But Christy, to me, I'm going to be honest, Christy.
So she has quotes. She has photos. Okay.
She's more of a commercial model, but she so wants to be that fashion model. But she really is a strong commercial model.
Yeah, I see. She has like the runway stuff.
Because she's worked runway, but not through me. Because she's 5'6".
Mm.
She's beautiful, Christy. A beautiful girl, but she's very strong commercial.
Right. And do you think her Instagram has worked well? Not saying that it doesn't. I'm just wondering, like, how do you feel like her Instagram?
I'm gonna go over it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over it more. I to be honest, like it's fine. It's fine. But again, I don't know if my clients are so obsessed with the Instagram for this age range. I could be wrong though. Listen, it's a work in progress, right? I just started this company.
Correct. And again, that's another thing to consider is that maybe when Instagram accounts, maybe when there is a standard, this is a good mature model's Instagram account, it will set the standard for how other.
This is Gwen.
Okay, Gwen. I mean, you see her work. You see her events that she attends.
Yeah, she works. This woman, honestly, I tell her all the time. She works.
And she's 67, you said, right?
Yeah, I believe Gwen. I believe you're 67.
Oh, Burlington. Nice.
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, yeah. This is a good example. It's definitely different in that it's not like, oh, show us how cool you are. I think that's kind of the main difference between being a young model and being mature is a mature model's Instagram account looks just like a real person with modeling content. But a young person, it's like you have to look good, you have to dress good, everything has to be aesthetically cool, and it's all about like cool factor, which it doesn't seem like it's I don't think that that's what they emphasize for mature models, which is a good note. So just post knowing how to post content that you're not using like an Instagram filter because that dates your photo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The filters. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like don't put filters. Don't use Instagram filters. Don't try to de-age yourself and make yourself look younger. Show your age. And
I'm just trying to think. I think I just want to look at one more. Andrea. See, look at her.
Yeah.
With all like she embraces her age. She's actually going silver right now, and she looks amazing.
Was that
That's
person?
the one that booked the cover of the magazine. Yeah, I want to look at her Instagram. This is kind of funny that this is one of the conversations. I really never obsess with my model's Instagram. See, you taught me something today.
Yeah, no, it's good because maybe that could be a thing that makes you stand out from other agencies is that you teach your models how to do Instagram and build a...
She does a lot of the modeling on here. She does.
Yeah.
And she's actually going silver and...
Oh, she does a lot of reels.
Yeah. I actually constantly repost her as well. Because she's always tagging me, which I love. Tag me and I'll post you. That's how that works.
Okay, yeah.
Because it makes it easy. I
think from what I'm gathering too, it's important just to have a presence and just to be showing yourself on social media. Because like I tell people, no matter who you are, what age you are, your Instagram works as a digital profile and it gives more context to you as well. Do you feel like building a portfolio for a seasoned model works any differently than to how it works for younger people? And then also, how hard is it for photographer to find good photographers that know how to work with mature models?
Amazing question. I'm still exactly looking for that. I do have some photographers that are working pretty well with the models. Do I think their portfolio should be strong? Absolutely. That is very important. In my day, I always go back to in my day, that wasn't important. It was more like, because like I said, I would send the model somewhere and they would meet the model and then I would be able to book them. Today's world is all about the pictures. These are direct bookings. So your book has to be strong. Your digitals have to be strong. Your book has to be strong in order for you to get booked. And that's the truth. That is very important.
I guess it's because like even with like shooting and working with kids, not every photographer knows how to deal with kids, right? And there's certain things for every person you photograph as a photographer, you have to know what they're trying to highlight and how to bring that out of them. And so I just wonder if curating a photographer's list is trickier because you're looking for a photographer that knows how to work with mature models, knows how to even develop them and how to like get them the to learn how to move, how to get them to be expressive, how to even capture their natural age, their skin, their texture. And what's your experience like right now? Do you have a list of photographers or what's kind of your
I actually have some photographers that are actually working very well with my mature models. One of them actually is Eden Lauren. Her name is Eden. Works with Ophelia
okay?
model, and she's one of the
Oh,
owners.
okay. I think I know what you're
With
talking about.
Luke,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, she's shot Andrea. She
Okay.
did a beautiful job on her. She did a beautiful job. So I'm just saying, I'm still exactly. These are just the little things I'm still working out is getting these photographers that can shoot the models correctly. Lydia Hutchins did a beautiful job with Mary Jane, with Liz, with Judy. I could with Carrie. Like, no, she's did beautiful. She did nice job. So I do have photographers that I am working with, but I could always use more.
I know how to photograph your talent based off of everything that I learned from this conversation. Because I mean, it's all pretty much the same thing for me, at least with what I know. Like even with kids, the young people, adults, you just have to know what to highlight and know what they're looking for. So the takeaways was natural, natural. Show us their actual age. Don't try to make them look young. Just show us what they look like. And I think that's key for photographers. And honestly, photographers, if you're watching, you should pay attention to this because you might be focused on just only working with young people, but there's money to be made, especially when there's agencies like Season that like they're trying to build this brand and reputation. She needs photographers that are good at photographing mature models, which means there's money to be had there because if they're willing to invest and they get bookings because of your jobs, you're going to have more money. Plus, probably likelihood too of like brands hiring you because you photograph this specific age group well as, a benefit too. But I figured because, some people don't like working with kids. Some people might not like working with mature models. They might just like only want to work with like, and I think that's problematic in every aspiring model, no matter if you're mature or young, you got to understand this too. You really want to make sure that you're not working with a photographer that's just collecting money and just doing a service, but
Yeah.
that is actually invested in developing you or at least getting you exactly what you need to be successful.
I've
But I
had a
think,
situation, I won't say who the photographer is, but the chemistry was definitely off and it shows in the photos
mm,
because it wasn't clicking. But you know what? That can happen with the mature models and that can even happen with younger models. It does happen. It's really sometimes it's just the chemistry of the photographer and the talent.
right.
I mean, it has happened, right? I mean, even you sometimes hasn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, it happens. Of course, chemistry is really important. And honestly, most photographers are awkward and not outgoing. So, finding it's all about energy too. Like, there's a lot of people that can do the job. You want to look for someone you want to enjoy working with, though. But it's just being mindful of the fact that there are photographers that may only shoot you because they want to make money and not because they care about your photos.
And that shows.
Yeah, and that's kind of problematic, especially though I imagine when you're older because maybe there are photographers that are recommended, but they're so used to shooting young people that they're just not interested in shooting you, but they're just doing it for the money.
And then like I definitely seen that. I've seen it. I've seen photos and I'm like, oh my God, this fell flat.
Right.
Like it's such a bad photo shoot. And I've addressed it to the photographer, and the photographer then gets insulted by me. You
Yeah.
hear that, photographer?
I can tell, by the way, because I look at photographers' work all the time as a photographer, and I can tell when the photographer does not care, and it shows.
And guess what? You as a photographer, me as an agent, I can tell too.
Yeah.
I could tell. You could see that they weren't into it. It was just like it was a bullshit shoot. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Or take off that day. Take a
Right.
breather.
So, how important is testing for your models then? Like, how often are you asking them like, we need test sheet material, we need new content?
I'm having such an issue with finding photographers that want to test my models. They'll test the younger models. I'm not getting it for the older models.
Even paid or just free?
Paid, of course. That they'll jump through the crevices. Again, are they really doing it because they have the love
right.
of the vision, or are they doing it for the money?
Right, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I can kind of see both sides because
I'm hoping after this, I'm going to get a bunch of photographers that really want to shoot models.
Here's the benefit of building a test book with mature models is that you can eventually charge once you learn how to shoot them, and that could be just like agencies have divisions. You can have a division. I have a division in my photography brand. I shoot adults and I shoot kids, and adults obviously of all ages. But the idea here is be that first photographer to jump on that niche, be good at shooting older people so that you can then be put on the test shoot list and charge $500 for test shoots. And now you're making some money from the older division or the seasoned division, as opposed to just trying to get in this overly saturated market of young people where all these photographers shoot young people. And it's like, okay, now you're really going to fight for like 250 is what they're wanting to pay you and stuff, when it's harder to find a good photographer to shoot mature models or even kids. Like, honestly, both I find are very hard for agencies to find good photographers that know how to shoot kids and know how to shoot mature models. The ones that are young are going to be the ones that do the test shoots for free, but they're the ones that are wanting to do something with photography, and they think that shooting young people are the only ones to do it. So them thinking, why would I shoot an older person if that doesn't fit the direction of where I'm trying to go? But again, you got to like think smart. You got to think like, how can I be good at shooting them to make money to then reinvest in shooting the type of work that I want to do? But also, you might be able to shoot a campaign for mature models, and that can pay you a $20,000 job, while you're waiting to shoot for numero or whatever,
No,
so it
exactly,
makes sense. But it's
exactly.
good that we have that, because I want, number one, mature models to understand the challenges that do exist when you're trying to do modeling at this age. Because while it's a great thing, it's not like every type of niche comes with their own struggles, obstacles, which older people might have to realize. You might not be as desired to be shot the way that young people are, which means that you have to find photographers that understand you, care about you, and are willing to work with you because, or are wanting to work with you to build your portfolio. And that's why we're having this conversation, to inspire photographers, but to also, put it out there that Vicki needs good photographers.
Good photographers, good models, good people.
Yeah. Now, how do you go about finding seasoned models that don't have 20 years of modeling history? What does that look like? Is it possible for someone that didn't come from any modeling to be able to work with you?
First of all, we have a lot of MAs, right? So they have people that they show me. Maybe I'll pick them up. Maybe I won't. Some of the models I represent do have an MA that I ended up representing them. So I was excited over that. Again, it's just social media. I'm scrolling. I'm looking, I'm finding. And then when I find somebody that I do like, I'll go on I'll find them and I'll go on their social media. I'll see if they're signed. And then I'll do the DMing, hi, I'm an agency owner. I've reached out to a few people, and I'm just trying to think, who did I get through that? I think I'm still in the process. I actually, at one point, I want to kill myself. Jennifer Aniston's boyfriend, the one she's dating now.
Yeah.
I DM'd him when I first opened up Seasoned, and he was very interested.
Oh, really?
I got sidetracked. I forgot to get back to him.
Oh, man.
And it was really him.
Wow.
It's not even like a bullshit
Right,
story.
right.
I'm like, I want to kill myself. I could have had him.
Make it happen again.
I
Make it happen
might.
again.
I might.
What are the reactions of people when you scout?
They're flattered.
Yeah.
They're flattered. Yeah. Then they look on my, again, they're flattered. I don't know, sometimes they get back to me. A lot of times they don't. Some of them, to be honest, some of these mature models that I had an open call. A lot of people did show up, and it took my day away. And then they didn't want to sign. They want to freelance. Have
Mm,
fun. Like, no, I'm not trying to be mean, but
right.
have fun. I need people to sign with me. So people,
Exclusively, I'm assuming.
yes, sign exclusive with me. Give me that time. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Give me the time to be exclusive so I can represent you properly. Right. I mean, to do the freelancing thing, one of the models that came in to see me is telling me that she paid to go to, maybe to Tulum or
Mm.
something, to be in some magazine. And I'm like, what? You paid? Like, I didn't want to say to her, really, that's not how it works. They
Yeah.
pay for you,
Right, right, right.
but, and she didn't want to sign with me. I could have worked her. I
Mm,
could have worked with her. So I'm just saying it. Again, some people just are still on the untrusting level. How I feel personally, if you're not signing with me when I want to sign with you, when I'm bigger, don't come around.
mm.
I'm going to be 100. Not, I'm going to be 100 years old. I'm going to be 100%
Right, right,
honest.
right.
No, just if you're not signing with me when I'm in the midst of developing and doing this amazing venture, don't come to me when I'm there
Right.
because I'm not interested.
You had
You
your
you
chance, yeah.
lost your chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, of your roster, how many models have you signed that didn't have any modeling experience? Do you have any?
Call.
And then how was it developing him?
I actually know him personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
So you
no,
can yell at him and
he's
get frustrated
actually,
with him?
yeah, it's easy. He's 76 years old.
Oh, wow.
So the problem with Carl is he actually looks good for
Mm,
76. So when I try to get him as a grandpa, he looks like he's not fitting the category of
mm.
76. I keep on getting him paid. I haven't booked him yet, but it's like funny.
Right,
So,
right, right.
but Miguel, I book him. He does a lot of, like, he's my Burlington Coat Factory. He's my big and tall.
For the ones that do need development, right? Because again, I'm trying to open you up to have submissions from people that may have not modeled for 20 years the way most of your models have, and
Yeah.
what they could be doing to actually make your job easier to be represented by you. Like taking dance classes, doing photo shoots with photographers. Like, what are some things that these mature models can do to come to you with some experience? Because most of the time for younger models, no experience is necessary,
Right.
right? Would you say that that's the same for you?
Listen, walking in my office, like let's say the first time you're meeting me, make believe it's like a casting. It's the first time. It's like you're walking in, it's that 5 minutes you're going to know, right? So it's how you look. I mean, don't come in all done up like you're going to a wedding.
Mm,
That's the perfume. Listen, I love a good cologne. I even told you smell good today. No, but sometimes, when you have open call or casting, it's a lot of stuff going on,
right.
right? No, I'm being honest. Like the nails, we don't need those long nails and those eyelashes. Got to be as natural as possible for the women. The men, just be clean shaved, look good. What I need is just a headshot. That's the main concern. Like if you really want to do this, have a headshot. Don't show me pictures of you doing selfies. I can't. The bathroom in the
Right, right.
background. No, it's just, be professional. If you want to start in this industry, start off professional. Start off, you know what? I really want to do this. How do I start? Get a headshot, get digitals, and digitals is natural pictures. And then come in and I'll see what I can do for you. I'll see where I can place you if I can place you.
And do you get a lot of like retirees and like, hey, Vicky, I have nothing to do in life right now.
I don't want to answer this. I feel like I got yeah. I have a lot of people that feel they could model, and yes, they are attractive. How about people are attractive in their environment, but when you're coming to New York City and you're coming into an agency, even though I'm a small boutique agency, it doesn't even matter. We just have a different level. If you want, you just got to be different. There's got to be something about you that's going to make me want to pick you up. and it really is a New York vibe. I can't say can't be. And listen, I'm from Staten Island. Can't be a Staten Island vibe. Can't be a Jersey vibe. No, it really can't be. It has to be a New York vibe. You have to smell it, be in it to
Right.
win it. Like it really is. I mean, and I've met so many attractive people in my lifetime, right? But they can't model.
Mm,
They can't. It doesn't mean that you're not attractive. It just means you can't be a model.
right.
You know?
Now, unpack that. What is a look for seasoned models, though? I mean, what is, because I've tried my best to explain to people the different commercial looks, the different fashion looks, and what those mean. But now, when we're talking about mature models, what is it? If you can, and it's very hard. That's why I do the Can I Be a Model series, because it's hard for people to really understand us when we say you have it or you don't. It's like some
It's
things
so
can be
hard.
articulated, some things don't, and I've tried my best to kind of explain to people as to what that is. But from your perspective, what do you think that they all have in common when it comes to their look?
They're showing their age.
Mm.
Th- Listen, seasoned models. My hashtag for a while was embrace your age. Even when I do my email, on the bottom of my email, it says embrace your age. That is really the specific point of my agency. You have to embrace the age that you are,
Right.
no matter how old you are. And if you're in your upper 30s, your 40s, your 50s, I mean, 60s, 70s, 80s, embrace it. Be who you are, but look good. Look your best at it, but don't overdo it. Be as natural as possible.
Healthy. Beauty is healthy, is
Yeah.
what I tell people. I get what you mean. Now, but specifically too, like smile. How important are people smiles?
Smile is very important. I mean, I have some models that I ask them not to smile, smirk. I'm trying to say, listen,
Right.
teeth are good. Teeth are important.
So that's a
I
key.
mean, especially if you're a commercial model,
Yeah.
that they're always making you smile and you're laughing.
Right.
So your teeth got to be beautiful. Your skin has to be nice. You know, you. I don't know if it's still going on, but in my day, and I probably still, if I open my mouth, I probably still have silver fillings. Just
Oh.
be careful. No, you just got to be careful. I mean,
Right, right.
look at my models and look at the ones that are smiling. Look at their teeth.
Yeah, I noticed that, but also symmetry. They all are very symmetrical. So there is a degree of like, hey, you're conventionally symmetrically attractive, and that also helps your look. So sounds like if you want to be a seasoned model or a mature model, you have to be somewhat attractive, right? Symmetrical. You have to look your age. Probably have to have a good smile and be interesting to look at, and maybe have a great personality. Be awesome. So that sounds like what.
Yeah, and healthy. Like have a healthy lifestyle. I don't need listen, to be honest, the tanning, no good.
Oh,
Uh
skin damage then.
Skin damage, no good. I mean, tanning. I mean, I had a woman, you know, she could have been tan mom. That whole, was just no good. Tattoos, they're out.
Oh, really?
They're out. Even for the younger models, they're out. Basically, what's going on, I don't know if you've known this. I've been getting like no tattoos, but if they do have a tattoo in a booking, they want a model release on the tattoo artist.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that.
You've heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because someone must have sued somebody
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so and honestly, at a certain age, we're in our 50s and 60s. Are we
Right.
going to walk around with a sleeve? Like, don't do it.
So you don't have anybody with tattoos?
No, I probably do have tattoos, but they're
biker
probably
dude?
covered. They're
Mm.
probably covered up. Like I asked them to cover them. I don't know. I know. I think my girl Judy has a tattoo over here, like writing. And again, it's not severe. It's not severe, but try not to the tattoo piercings.
Mm.
I'm just saying, can we embrace our age?
Right.
Listen, I don't want my younger models to do it either.
Right, right.
So it's the same thing when it comes to the older models. I'm
Yeah.
just saying the same thing. The nails, like stop it with these long nails.
And then coloring the hair. So you're asking also.
I'd like the hair to be, again, don't get me wrong. I might get some mature lady that has pink hair and I might love it.
Mm.
I don't know. I haven't found her yet. But I want the most natural. I mean, I love the silver hair. I do. I mean, I think it would be spectacular, have everybody silver, but it's not there yet.
Are you only representing local models or nationwide?
It is nationwide, but it's difficult. The models that come in, and I do have some on the board, and I won't pin them out. You know who you are. Um, no, it's like they're saying they're going to work. I sign them to come into work, and then it becomes, oh, it's too expensive. I have no one. Like, I've been promoting you.
Right.
I've been promoting you and getting direct bookings, and you're not coming in. So it's I personally, me, Vicki, personally, for season models, want you to be local or be as if you're New York local, and I don't want to hear the complaints of you flying in. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I don't want to hear it.
Makes sense. No, yeah, it makes sense because they need you here. They need you here.
Right, you're signing with a New York agency. Be New York local. My castings consist of filming, shoot in Boston. I'll just give it, be Boston local or act as if, or LA local, or be not paying for, no one's paying for flights, people. They're not paying for flights anymore. I mean,
sometimes they will, but yeah.
I was supposed to say sometimes they will, but
you have to be extraordinary, or
they must really want you.
Yeah, or the company has a lot of money.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I think we learned a lot about season. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot to unpack. There's so many questions that I've had from older talent that come to me and they ask me, Brandon, like, can I model? But one thing I do want to just end on to, just because I want clarity on that. So body. So what is an ideal body for a mature model, for women and for men?
Well, again, it depends on what I'm working on, right? So when commercial print, you could be any shape and size. That's the beauty about being commercial print. But what do I prefer? I prefer a model that is 5'7" and up. I do. When it comes to petite, it's a little hard. It's a little harder because, again, I think it's more of a clothing thing. But unless it's a beauty brand and you're just absolutely stunning, I kind of do want a size factor, like a little bit on height. Like I said, the only person that I'm representing that's not in height is, and I love her. It is Christy. Christy doesn't live here in New York, but I got to tell you something about her. She's a go-getter. She flies in, she comes in, and she stays, and she books. Like, I love that about her. Like I said, I love her to embrace her commercial print side. That's her stronger side, but she loves fashion. So again,
so that's height, but what about body? I'll get people that are older that will send me their pictures. I don't really know what to tell them based off of their body because I don't want to mislead someone that's like, okay, you're on, like, okay, like
I'm gonna tell you about the body.
Okay.
I'm sorry, am I cutting through you? What I feel is a good size: 4, 6, 8, and then 18. 18's a big size. They love mature women that are bigger. And don't get me wrong, unless they're exceptional. I have 10, 12s, but it's not a big call. It's not a big call. The clients are asking for size 6, size 8.
Interesting. That's good to know. That's good to know, though.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I wanted to know, too, that I think will help people get inspired to want to do modeling, can you talk about what your models are bringing in and what kind of to expect financially? Like, if I'm going to do this, like, how much money can I really realistically make from this, especially as a mature model? What has surprised you with, like, the type of work that's out there?
Yeah, that's a hard call. To believe it or not, it's still pretty much basically, whether you're mature or young, it's basically the same rates. So I work with all different types of clients. Some clients pay $250 an hour. Some clients pay $300 for the day. Some clients pay $4,000 for the day. It all depends on which client that I'm booking you on. I mean, it could also be a $20,000 job, which is a massive beauty brand. It depends on the casting. So it's all different. Everything's different. I can't turn around and say you're going to be making zillions of dollars. Right. But if you love this industry, you live in New York and you have the time, because at this age, we're a little older and we're having fun with it. It's just enjoying it.
Now, without giving too much specific details and understanding that you're new to building this up, are you comfortable with saying how much your highest paid mature model has brought on thus far?
I mean, and I didn't book a $20,000 job yet. Maybe about $4,000, maybe $4,000 for the day.
Well, I'm talking about like in the total either year that they've worked.
I wouldn't even. I'm lucky if I remember my name. No, I don't. I wouldn't even have those numbers yet. You know what, Brandon? Ask me this next year,
Okay.
and I'll have you know what I'm trying to say. By that point, I'll have bigger numbers.
Yeah.
Remember, we went 1 year in with
Right.
Zappo, right? This is my second year in. We're booking, so it's starting. It's starting. So, like I said, I have models that are booking a lot more than the other models, but I feel I can get a lot of the models working even more. Listen, it's a work in progress, but it's also work not only for me, it's a work for them.
Yeah.
They have to take it very seriously. You can't have a casting and then you don't show up and think I'm not going to find out.
Right.
You can't do jobs that are non-paying and then you post it on social media that are crappy. That's like an embarrassment on my end. I'm
Right.
trying to get you better jobs. So it's just hit or miss.
Now, well, I guess what I want to know is like who's the highest paying client that you've seen so far to offer the highest rate to models that are mature?
The beauty brands is where it goes. So that's why being a mature model with beautiful skin and wrinkles, they want it. They're going to pay the $20,000. They're paying it. So, and I've had people on hold for those jobs and released because I'm sure something else came aboard, right? But I'm almost there.
No, but that's good to know. I think that's a valuable piece of information is for them to know like, hey, the money's in beauty when you're a mature model.
The money definitely is in beauty.
And is it the same too? Like you're saying the females book more than the males?
It's still the same.
Yeah.
The females book more than the males. And I have a lot of I love all you mature men, but you're like, I'm not getting any work. And I'm like,
You never got anywhere.
No, it's not even that. Modeling is a woman's world.
Right.
I mean, not that it isn't. I mean, we see the guys getting booked too, right? But it really is a woman's world more. It's always been that way in the modeling industry, right? But I'm going to push and get these guys booking as well.
That's awesome, though. I mean, honestly, I'm very, very optimistic for you. I hope that this podcast helps. I hope it brings brings a lot of exposure and attention. And but no, I mean, I hope to see in the next couple of years it grows so big that you open up an LA division. And
wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be awesome.
Season bi-coastal.
Yeah.
Season NY. Season LA.
Right. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, put it out there. No, but it's good, and I'm so thankful that you took the time out to meet with me to share, what you're building, your passion, and just give insight as to what the mature market looks like for models. You helped answer a lot of my questions, all my curiosity about what this side of the industry looks like, and I just hope that it informs a lot of people, and it obviously sends a flood of people to your, a manageable amount of people to your
That's
emails.
not gonna flood.
And you get a lot of options of people that understand you and understand what being a seasoned model is and are ready to take that on, because ultimately that's what I hope that they would have gotten today. Is like, okay, I get Vicki, I get seasoned, now I know what I need to be in order for her to be able to work with me, and that's the best thing that you could hope for, I would think.
Just embrace your age. That really is what it's about. Embrace your age.
Well, thank you, and good job today on the podcast.
Oh
I think you did great, and thank you again. And
thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for listening to today's show, and don't forget to hit that follow button to be in the loop when a new episode drops. Be sure to check out my model masterclass by visiting my website, brandonandrephoto.com, or by clicking the link in my bio on Instagram @thebrandonandre.